Hi guys, Jav here, and in today's video I'm going to take you through a shoulder workout. There's not going to be any shoulder pressing in this workout. Shoulder presses are great, I use them myself, but a lot of people can't do them, whether they've got an injury or they've just got poor flexibility or whatever the reason might be. So the good news is that you can build great shoulders without doing any pressing movements. A couple of years ago I damaged my rotator cuff, and any sort of pressing movements like that were just far too painful. So I just stuck to side laterals, rear laterals, and to be honest, my shoulders were not really affected. So that's where I realized that shoulder pressing is not necessary. I'm going to do 4 movements in this workout. 3 movements I'm going to target the side shoulders here, and then I'm going to do 1 movement for the rear delts. I don't generally do anything for the front delts. I think that gets a lot of work with chest presses, incline presses and shoulder presses. And generally speaking, people's front delts here are a lot more developed than the sides or the rear delts. So I don't do any specific work for them, just the pressing. I'm trying to build up my side laterals here, side shoulders here, and that's why I'm going to do 3 movements on that. Last year I was really concentrating on building up my rear delts. So I'd start every shoulder workout with a rear delt exercise, really hammer it hard. I've done that for a whole year and I definitely noticed an improvement in my rear delts. So now I'm focusing on the side bit here, trying to get the shoulders a bit wider. So I'm going to hammer that first while I've got the most energy, and then I'll move on to the rear delts. I think you definitely need to take a step back sometimes and really analyze your physique and find out which areas are weak points, and then target those areas first. Bring them up so you got a nice balanced physique. First exercise is cable side laterals. Now, as you can see, I'm just doing the reps nice and controlled. You know, my whole body is pretty much stationary. The only thing that's moving really is my arm. And people are always doing this one wrong. You know, they're jerking their whole bodies, moving it forward and back, doing some sort of weird dance just to get the weight up. And you're not going to get anything from that. Don't worry about the weight. Leave your ego at the door. Use a weight that you can control. Now, at the top of the movement, I'm just going to hold it there for 2 seconds and really just squeeze the shoulders. And that gives a great pump. Just holding it there for a couple of seconds makes all the difference. It's going to make the exercise a lot harder. You won't be able to lift the weights that you normally lift, but trust me, it's going to be worth it. So as soon as it gets here, just hold it for a count of 2 seconds. Bring it back down nice and slow, and again back up. Now I don't like to go higher than about here. Basically my traps are naturally quite big. So as soon as I get above here, I can start feeling my traps taking over. And I don't really want to work them. I want to work the shoulders. I want to concentrate on the sides. So up to about here, that's probably the highest I'll go with this one. Any higher and then the traps will just take over, and I don't want that. 3 sets on this one, 8 to 12 reps. Start off with a couple of warm-up sets, and then you've got the 3 working sets. And every set I'm increasing the weight by 1 pin in the rack. Second exercise is the machine side laterals. And this is another good one. If you've got it in your gym, then I'd definitely use it. Again, with this one, I'm just going to hold it at the top for about 2 seconds, and that's just going to make the exercise so much harder, but so much better. And the pump I'm getting from this is just ridiculous. I'm not really holding the handles, just putting my hands there, and I'm trying to use my elbows to bring the weight up. Did about 3 sets on this one again, and rep range again. Start off with 12 reps. And gradually increase the weight, and the least reps was about 8, so 8 to 12 reps on this one. Yeah, you can tell from my face there, I'm really feeling it now. I'm not making that for the camera, I'm actually really feeling that exercise. At this point, my shoulders were pretty pumped. Just by holding and squeezing makes all the difference. I'm not really concerned about how much weight I can lift. You know, I'm not there to challenge anyone or show off, or I just want to have a tough workout. And far too many people are more concerned with how much weight they lift rather than if they're actually working the muscles. And that's just a completely wrong way of going about things. You know, there's people that are a lot smaller than me that lift more weights than me. It doesn't bother me. I'm there to use the least amount of weight that I can for maximum results. And that saves my joints. That keeps me healthy in the long run. So weights, definitely, I'm not concerned about, and I don't think anyone should be concerned about. You should be concerned about doing the movement properly and getting the best benefit from that. Third exercise, dumbbell side laterals. And again, I'm going to hold and squeeze for 2 seconds. Pretty tired by now. And I'm normally, to give you an idea, I can use probably the 16 kg dumbbells if I start this exercise. If this is my first movement in my shoulder routine, I can go up to about 16 kg. But here I'm kind of struggling with 8 kg. So that just gives you an idea of the amount of weight that I'm using. But the pump is incredible. Again, with this one, I'm not going to go any higher than about here. Any higher, like I said, the traps take over. I don't want that. I want to keep all the tension on this side area here and really feel that burn. 3 sets on this one. Again, 8 to 12 reps. Now, I do vary my rep range a lot with most exercises actually. This week, I'm going to stick to the 8 to 12 rep range. And next week, I might just do 20 reps for every exercise. So I think it's important to mix up the rep range. Mix up your weights, mix up the rep range, mix up your exercises. You know, it just keeps everything interesting and keeps hitting your muscles differently. Keeps the body guessing. By now my side delts are pretty pumped, pretty tired, so it's time to move on to the rear delts. Now with the rear delts, I like to do higher reps. I never really felt them in the normal 8 to 12 rep range, and I feel that 20 plus reps for whatever exercise you're doing for rear delts definitely is better than the normal 8 to 12. Now what I'm doing here in this machine is I'm just going to vary my grip position. I'm doing 10 reps per different grip position. And that's really going to give it a nice pump, a nice burn. And it's going to hit the delt from 3 different angles really. So although you're doing the same exercise, you're hitting it from 3 different angles. Now with this one, I did 3 sets and it was 30 reps per set. So it's about 90 reps in total. So a lot of volume with the rear delts. But I think that you definitely need a lot of volume with the rear delts. You know, it takes me about 10 reps just to feel that muscle. It's one of those muscles where it's only a small muscle, by the way, guys. And not a lot of weight is needed. If you put more weight on, you're just going to take the tension away from the rear delt and all the other back muscles are going to start taking over. Not what you want. Now with this exercise, what I'm doing is I'm going to go all the way back here. And as soon as I get back here, I'm going to squeeze that rear delt muscle. And you really have to have a mind-muscle connection with this one to really focus on that muscle. So really squeeze it when it gets here. And when I go forward, I'm not going to go all the way here. Once I'm here, in this position, the tension is off the rear delts. So I'm going to keep it around about here. And that way, they're still engaged. So from here, I'm going to go all the way back, squeeze, and back up to about here. And again, squeeze, and back up to here. That's the shoulder workout done, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Any questions or comments, just leave them down below. And I'll see you guys next time.